In a peaceful kingdom lived an old painter named Henry, a quiet man who spent most of his days painting beside the river. He never showed off his work, never called people to see his art, and never cared about praise. In the same kingdom lived another painter named Samuel, loud and boastful, who constantly bragged that no one could paint better than him. Everywhere Samuel went, he shouted, "Look at my talent! I'm the greatest artist in this kingdom." People clapped for him, not because his work was extraordinary, but because his voice was the loudest. One day, the king announced a grand painting competition. The best artwork would be displayed in the royal palace. Samuel proudly said, "Victory is already mine." Meanwhile, Henry quietly continued painting, without any excitement or noise. On the day of the competition, Samuel arrived with a huge, colorful painting. He gathered a crowd, explained every stroke, every shade, and praised himself loudly. People clapped, entertained by his performance. Henry came with a small painting covered by a simple cloth. He placed it in a corner and stood silently. Most people didn't even notice him. When the king entered, he examined Samuel's painting first. It was flashy and bright, just like Samuel. The king nodded and said calmly, "It is colorful." Then the king walked to Henry's painting. He lifted the cloth gently, and instantly the entire room fell silent. The painting showed an old tree standing strong during a violent storm. The branches shook, the leaves flew, but the roots held firmly in the ground. At the bottom of the painting, Henry had written one simple line: "Strength is silent, not loud." The king stared at it for a long time. Finally, he said, "This is true art." He awarded Henry the first prize. Samuel was shocked. He shouted, "But I worked harder! I showed my painting to everyone. I explained everything." Henry smiled softly and said, "A good painting does not need noise. It speaks by itself." Samuel felt embarrassed, and the crowd realized how they had admired noise over depth for years. The king then addressed the people. "Remember, those who shout about their talent usually have very little of it. True skill never needs to announce itself." My friends, you may have noticed many people who boast loudly about the little they do, while others work quietly and achieve great things. Noise attracts attention, but silence holds real power. If you want to share this story further, please like the video. I'll return with another inspiring story soon. Until then, stay humble, stay focused, and keep moving forward.